skateboarding. Supercharged, huge 540 sport climbing. Bike stunt. 4 sports, 16 events, over 130 athletes. One enemy, gravity. The Disney Channel and ESPN Junior X Games 2, presented by Toyota. The future tense of extreme.
Sawadee-krap, I'm Jan here in Phuket, Thailand.
Hey, and I'm Dan, and with us is the rest of the Disney gang. We've got Arthur from Taiwan.
Hello.
And we've got Hanson from China.
Hello. It's the big day, the day we find out who our JX2 champions will be.
We're looking for the overall sports champions in aggressive inline, skateboarding, bicycle stunt, and boys and girls sport climbing.
And each champion will get a family trip for 4 to Disneyland.
That's right, we're going to get the day started right now because it is packed. Just how packed?
Check this out.
On the 5th and final day of JX2, we find out who the ultimate champions will be. Plus, we've got some light relief from Tigger and Friends. It's the thrilling climax of Disney's Junior X Games 2, presented by Toyota. Yeah, it's the 5th and final day of this year's Junior X Games, and we're getting a little stretch on here on the beautiful beach of Patong in Phuket Island. Getting geared up, though, for Championship Day and that grand prize family trips to Disneyland.
Aggressive inline.
Keith, the suspense is killing me. Here it is, the championship final for aggressive inline. Vert and park. We've got our 5 top athletes. They're going to get 2 runs each in the park, 2 runs each in the vert, and this will name our park champion.
Well, the crowd definitely ready to see what's going on. CJ playing around inside the Junior X experience a little bit, and some of our skaters taking some time out to sign some autographs with the fans. Nicholas Schoffer getting some temporary tattoos painted on.
It's my birthday and I'm happy. To do well in Junior X makes it a great birthday.
I want to do my best on this. I want to be the winner.
This is a Japanese version of the Red Hot Chili Peppers back there, rooting on some of their own. Soichiro Kaneshima celebrating his birthday here today. Be a good way to wrap it up with an overall championship, don't you think? And he is on course, spinning huge.
Opens up with a 900 again, just like he did in the earlier rounds.
Check this out. Alley-oop fishbrain all the way down the rail. Full pull, if you will, Brother Brew.
Coming back again to the planter box. Look at that grind. Soichiro just mixing it up out there at the moment.
And this kid skates so fluidly, but he never stops, man. He's always eyeballing the next trick. Alley-oops up onto the coping. Gets a full grind on it. Back on course, over the launch, over the spine.
Big 540 over the spine.
And that's a great run for Soichiro Kaneshima right here on his birthday. You know he's got to be happy with that. Check this out. Let's look at the replay of the 9.
He just flies at 900 degrees, 2.5 rotations, lands backwards.
Yeah,
a
not
score
just
of
that.
77 for
Also
Soichiro.
slaps his hand down there for the grab. And Takeshi Yasutoko, 14 years old, one of the finest vert skaters in the world, taking some of that prowess to the park course, spinning it. 540 to open it up.
Over the spine, gets that 360, grabbing once again for some extra style.
And building some speed in here. Double hand plant invert up on the sub box.
Full extension off the top. And there it is, the flat spin 540. Takeshi just getting upside down on that spin.
And as a vert skater, you see Takeshi much more comfortable in the big sections of the course and just going for the huge, super technical tricks right there. The flat 540 looking so smooth, and Takeshi rewarded right there.
With a score of 72, the judges not quite as impressed with Takeshi's run as they were with Soichiro's.
All right, Brian Patch, one of our pro skateboarders from the States, sharing a little bit of love with the crowd. And now we head to the vert ramp.
It's Takeshi once again.
Gonna let these guys get a little practice time in. The crowd on hand in the Vert Stadium. We are nighttime under the lights, baby. That's why I like Vert. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking this whole nighttime, lit up, stadium style, rock and roll show. And Takeshi Yasutoko on course right now. Watch, he's gonna transfer right into the big section. Boom, front side grind all the way down the coping.
Getting plenty of air using all of this vert ramp. It is a big vert ramp, and these guys not scared, just flying out of the top. The crowd going wild, absolutely loving Takeshi's run.
There's the invert with the hand plant. Double grind.
Combination grind, getting them both down.
And Takeshi definitely much more experienced on vert than any skater out here. And it shows. Look at that.
The air.
Big Liu Kang.
Takeshi. And you see he finished off with that 720 as well, right on the buzzer, Keith. That should score him well.
Sure does. 77.5 for Takeshi Yasutoko, and we move into our next skater from Thailand, Warpod Bunyam.
Starts off a little backside grind. Using the smaller ramp at the moment. He should transfer pretty soon. There he goes. Nice grind. Holds it all the way into the bigger ramp.
But now you see he's having a little bit of trouble pumping himself up that big ramp. Going to have to get back up to the top, get some momentum going. Going to transition now wisely back into the smaller ramp where he's more comfortable. He can throw some more tricks.
Tricks like that. The 720. Warpodge just nailing it on the small ramp, and he is absolutely stoked to be here. Take a look at this. 1, 2 full rotations, almost flat spinning it as well. A score of 71, not enough to take it away from Takeshi.
And a look at some of our other finalists in the overall championships, Kazuki Amai and Surawat Boomroom-ji. And it went a little something like this. Soichiro Kaneshima on his birthday takes the gold on the park. Takeshi Yasutoko earning the silver. And then when we get to the vert, Takeshi takes the gold. Thailand's Warpod Bunyam earning silver. The overall championship for the second year in a row, Japan's Takeshi Yasutoko taking the gold and taking another family trip for 4 all the way to California in the U.S. to go to Disneyland.
The level is higher this year. I thought it's going to be difficult to win, but I did. I'm glad.
One of the traditions we have at Disney's Junior X is awarding those who make JX2 more than just a sports event. Here are our JX2 extras. Competition was stiff among the candidates for best dressed, but when we saw the evening wear of Little Faris from Singapore, we knew we had a winner. Neha Kushe from India surprised everyone with a surprise acrobatic number, and thus wins a surprise award. The best pet was Sakura the dog. And Ben Bodnar from Australia always had time to chat and meet new people, making him our friendliest athlete. And finally, a special junior award goes to Australia's CJ Wellsmore. When biker Stephen Cardona fell on the park course, CJ quickly ran to help him. And so for showing the camaraderie we have at JX2, CJ, we salute you.
Bike stunt.
Man, I love the fact that we recognize some of the people that make this, you know, more than just a competition. It's a festival of lifestyle and sport. That's what the JX2 is all about. Bruce, getting to be bike stunt championship time. How's it going to flow?
Well, we're going to take the top 5 athletes. We're going to put them on the park. We're going to put them on the vert ramp. 2 runs each. We're going to award a champion. Steve Cardona has had a great week. Maybe it'll be him.
Yeah, I'm happy as. I'm stoked. I never thought I'd win the fight. But I never knew I was going to make it to the championship, so this just a dream come true. My friend up there, probably my biggest challenge.
And Stephen Cardona's riding really has stepped up, but he is riding out here with his mates, and the Aussie's really been dominating here in bicycle stunt. David Reed, first guy off the deck.
Yeah, let's see what David's got in this championship final. Look, grinding his way across that planter box. Coming back to the spine. Just getting over the top of that one. Little cross up there. Just putting the back of the bike out. Mixing it all up here for the judges. David Reed all the way to the top of that sub box. That's a long way up there, Keith.
Yeah, that's like 10 feet high. It's pretty difficult to get up there with a big old heavy steel bike between your legs. Back up to the vert wall. Drops a foot down, which will score him down a little bit. But check it out. 360, yeah!
Stomps that 360 right on the buzzer. Look at this. Just gets the height. The head's following him around. And that's a good run there for David Reed. Score of 95. That is really putting the challenge on the board for this guy, Stephen Cardona.
Well, Stephen Cardona's riding has really stepped up in the past year. Look at the speed and power he's taken into it right from the start. Bar spin to X up. That is super difficult. 2 tricks in 1. And Stephen Cardona putting a little warning shot right there. 360 X up. Yeah, this kid, you know, last year he had like an X up and a no-footer was pretty much his entire run. This year, really been working hard, and it shows.
Oh, that's going to be a great run. Have a look at this for an opener. Bar spin, 360.
And if you noted at the buzzer, the presence of mind to throw that last-second bar spin is definitely going to help him out with the scores. And now he takes the lead on the park,
yeah,
and we move to
98.
vert. We move to vert now. If he can wrap this one up, he's going to have an overall championship and a trip for the family to Disneyland. Here we go. Steve Cadona dropping in on the vert.
Getting that grind away nice and early. Good technical trick to open up. Getting some nice air there on that X up.
Xing it up.
Goes back the other way with another big X up. He's building up some good pace here at the moment. Putting some good tricks. Oh, the no-footer. Steve Cadona pulling it all amp on the vert ramp at the moment.
And he's airing out nicely. There's a bar spin right there, about 3-4 feet out of the vert. Gets a little hung up right there, but that's not going to hurt Steve Cadona. He's throwing together a good technical run. How about that? Riding out fakie. Very, very difficult to do.
Have a look at this replay. Big old X up there for Steve Cadona. Plenty of height. That gives him a score of 97, and that will be enough to put him into the lead.
And a look at some of the other riders. The Indonesian Chandra Purnamawan from Chinese Taipei, Wang Qingchun, and Kaisifu Sarip from Singapore. And it shook out like this. Steve Cadona takes the win on the park. And in the vert, Steve Cadona once again. That's 2 golds. That's an overall championship right there. Steve Cadona wrapping up the title and taking the trip to Disney. Right on. And how stoked is he? Look at Steve Cadona coming out now. Took 2nd place in the event last year. Earns the championship this year. He's training every other day, and it's definitely paying off. He's loaded down with all the gear. He got the backpacks. He got the Huffman Bike Award. And the big one, Cadona's taking the family to Disneyland.
All the hard work that I've put in for last year's paid off. So I'm very happy with myself. I'll go home, catch up for my sleep and that, and eat a lot of food, and just relax for the next couple of months.
Well, we're at the final round of competition and we're just about to find out who the JX2 champions will be. But before we do that, I want to find out a little bit more about our Junior X reporter, Dean. Dean, how have you found JX2?
It's been very interesting. I've met lots of nice people.
Now, you've been roving around reporting for us and everything. Now, do you think it could be a career path? Would you like to follow it as a career?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah? What do you like about it?
You meet lots of nice people and you become famous.
You become famous. So fame's a big thing on your agenda, is it?
Yeah.
We like to hear that. But not only reporting interests you. Hey, now I heard that you are a bit of a sports star yourself. Would you ever like to compete in a Junior X event?
Yeah, I'm hoping to compete here next year.
Really? What event would that be?
Inline skating.
Well, that could be next year, so stay tuned for that one. But we've got an event for you right now. It's called Disney Bounce. How do you think you're going to go?
Pretty good.
Oh, there he goes. He's way up in the sky here at JX2. Oh, the crowd. He's working the crowd. That he goes again. He's going up, and he's over. Another flip. He's on fire. Well, that just goes to show that you don't need bikes or skateboards or inline skates to get some serious air. Dean, how was it?
It was lots of fun.
Yeah, now, for the people that haven't played it before or had to go before, I did it last year. What was the sensation like?
Well, it just feels like you're flying, but you get a little bit dizzy.
A little bit dizzy. Well, I've, Dean? We'll be back right after this break to find out who the JX2 champions will be. Dean?
Plenty more action coming your way with the conclusion of girls and boys sport climbing. Plus, we got a nail-biting finish to the Grand Skateboarding Showdown. All-round celebrations at JX2.
Who's the coolest person on earth?
Me. Not joking.
John Julio.
I just want to look like him every time I skate.
Coolest person on earth is my mom,
My dad.
because she let me go here and she's been supporting me all the time.
I don't know. He's just heaps fun to be with.
Well, I've just popped up right in the middle of the crucial grand finale of the Junior X Games 2. Happy Australia Day to all you overseas athletes. Now we're going to get back to the Junior X Games 2 for the bouldering championship final. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Go, go, go!
You're watching some of the hottest action here in Phuket, Thailand, only on JX2.
Now, we've gone around the site and gathered up some of the best athletes we could find, and with me now is Adrienne. She's a climber, but no prizes to guess where she's coming from. That's right, Adrienne, what are you going to do? What's the first thing you're going to tell your friends when you get home?
That it was awesome and I had heaps of fun.
Good to hear. Now, your most memorable moment here at JX2?
There's heaps of them, but no one got into championships.
But unfortunately, you can't compete. Why is that?
I pulled all the tendons in my hands and wrists.
Ouch, no good. But I got to say, everyone here at JX2 is going home a winner. You've done well, Adrian.
Excellent, Adrian. And I got sport climbers Yulia and Frederick from Malaysia. So how's it been so far?
It's the fun.
What about you?
Have a great time.
Excellent. You want to show off your JX2 t-shirts? And no prizes for guessing. They're from Malaysia. Now let's go on to the last day of JX2. But guys, you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
X.
Sport climbing.
All right, final championship day. So much going on. Our finals for sport climbing coming up now, Bruce.
Top 4 athletes have advanced. They're going to go bouldering, they're going to go speeding. First, we're going to go bouldering. 2 problems, that's 2 walls, 3 minutes to get to the top.
As high as you go, you're going to get scored. Like you said, 3 minutes to solve each problem, a 3-minute break in between. And climber has the opportunity to utilize their time. If they feel like they're struggling on wall number 1, they can use the time to relax and rest up for wall number 2. And here we go with our first climber, Weisheng Zhu from China. She's working her way up at Tsunami, and here's Amanda Nguyen on Muay Thai wall. Working through that inverted section. It comes up there kind of early, but not as early as it does on Tsunami. That's right there at the first section of the wall almost to get inverted, and Weisheng Zhu kind of struggling right there. But looks like she's got a good hold. If she can just reach around and graces it, can't hang on, and that's going to be the climb for Weisheng Zhu. And Amanda working her way up this wall very, very nicely. Sheer strength right there, holding on with the fingers.
Not going to be enough, though. It's been a long week of climbing for these girls. Those fingers have got to be feeling it by now.
But you have to remember, you don't have to top out. You just have to climb higher than anybody else. And Amanda overcome with emotion right there. She can't believe it. It's what she worked so hard for, and she earned herself the overall championship right there. See some of the boy climbers kind of visualizing the holds and getting ready for their climbs. And the Aussie contingency now to root on James Cassay as he works his way up Tsunami. And look at that. Again, the overhang, it starts so early. It's kind of like, let's try and break your spirit early on this wall.
And you can see the boys, of course, following the blue route. The girls were going up to the red route. A little bit different there. Andrew Robles here from the Philippines. He's challenging up Muay Thai wall at the moment. You can see the overhang a little bit different position than it was on the Tsunami wall.
Yeah, it's kind of an overhanging wall, the whole thing almost on Muay Thai. And James Cassay, the only guy here to flash the route on Tsunami, takes it all the way to the top, waves that flag, super, super proud. James Cassay, very happy here in his first Junior X.
And Andrew Robles still trying to get his way up Muay Thai wall. You can see the big reach across, not going to be enough, and he goes down. He won't be grabbing that Philippines flag at the top of that wall.
All right, we're set for our speed climbing championship round now. There's the girls bracket, our top 4 finalists, and a look at the boys bracket. James Cassay, Hassan Robles, and Tagoy Ledesma rounding it out head to head. And you know the deal. You win the race, you advance to the next bracket. You lose, you're done deal. Crowd getting ready for the action. See how the climbers are feeling.
Speed climbing's not my best thing, and I'm just so happy to have got into the final round.
And here we go, China's Weisheng Zhu and Amanda Nguyen from Australia. Now, these girls been climbing all week long. You know, you got to be having a little bit of fatigue set in here on championship final day. And a slip for Amanda Nguyen that's going to be costly for her right now, because you see the Chinese climber just methodically advancing up the wall.
You can see that Wei has just picked the line. She knows exactly where she's going, but Amanda is coming back.
She's
Scrambling
scrambling
so hard. Will it be enough? Weisheng Zhu, just tops her out and beats Amanda Nguyen to the top of that wall.
Well, this is the closest decision we've ever seen here at Junior X in climbing. Amanda took the bouldering. Weisheng Zhu takes the speed. And a look at some of our other finalists. We got to respect them. Jesse Riley from Australia. Lee Soo-min from Korea. And now we switch to the boys, and we're looking at a battle between 2 good friends.
He's the toughest competitor now. Never. I'm taking after my idol. This guy is my motivation to train harder.
All right, boys are getting hooked up. The belayers doing their job and making sure the safety ropes are clipped on with those carabiners, and here we go. It's Karu Abu Hassan versus Andrew Robles.
First to the top is going to take it. Oh, look at the start there from Andrew Robles. A good couple of leaps ahead, but he's coming back there again on the
and a slip that's costly for Andrew Robles, and trying to make it up with dynamic moves. Unbelievable. Look at this kid climb.
How was that, Keith? He gets halfway up, has a big slip, but he came back. That is the mark of a champion.
It was a double dynamic move. Took both his hands off the wall and lunged for the next hold and made up the ground he lost. That is world-class climbing right there. And congratulations to each other. A expression of the camaraderie here at the X. And man, some very close races for James Cassé and Tago Ledesma. Good effort for both of those boys. And our sport climbing finals shook out like this. For the first time, we've got ourselves a tie in the overall championship between Amanda Nguyen and Wei-Xing Ju. And for the boys, it was the Filipino, Andrew Robles, who takes the overall championship. So to our awards presentation, Wei-Xing Ju making her way up to the podium to receive her awards to go on with her backpack and her Adidas hat. She'll get that big old check, the overall championship, that trip to Disneyland. Amanda Nguyen gets one too. Side by side, perhaps maybe they'll book a trip together. And the crowd on hand, very appreciative of the effort these climbers have put forth throughout the week. And Amanda Nguyen needs to get her awards as well. She comes out with the Aussie flag wrapped tightly around her neck, gets the medal. And this girl works so hard all week long. Super stoked. She earns herself a trip to Disneyland.
The main factor has been the support of my teachers and coach, and my self-confidence. Of course I will come back next year. I'll bring back 3 medals.
I feel pretty good. Actually, I've been waiting for this for a long time, and I think it's all in the mind, because some people, they trust their body too much.
Some pretty wise words right there from Andrew Robles, and he earns himself Junior X Gold and a trip for 4 to Disneyland, California style.
Skateboarding.
Well, here it is, the last championship event of this year's JX2. We've got the skateboard championship final. Our top 5 athletes in park and vert. 2 runs each, and we're going to send some more people to Disneyland.
And Benjamin just getting his mind together there before the run. And I'll tell you what, Blake Ellis is probably the guy to beat, but that kid's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Kickflip indies, melon grab, ollie off one boxes into the quarter. That's it really. Do some other tricks.
Championship time, Benjamin Bodnar in the park.
Yeah, in the his out and taking it in off the big vert wall. Boom! Check it out, just poking it out with tons of style. This kid is the style master in my mind.
Absolutely launching off of that first ramp there. Getting plenty of speed now as he heads back down towards this far end. He's going to hit this planter box, I think. Oh, top stalls it up there.
Ollie in all the way up to that planter box. And that's, that's about 2.5 feet high. That's pretty big ollie right there for sure.
Oh! Transferring from the spine. Check this out. Trick of the week, without a doubt. Benjamin Bodnar launching big time. Dude, a score of 91.5.
Do you realize what we just saw? There are pros in the States that aren't pulling transfers like that. That was just absolutely huge for Benjamin Bodnar. And here we go, Blake Ellis, a man on a mission. Huge
nice
Indy transfer.
On the Indy. Gets onto that sub box, comes back the other way.
Front side on the board slide.
Here we go. He's got a big challenge to overcome Benjamin with that transfer.
Oh!
Kickflip down the ramp.
Kickflip drop in is pretty sick. He takes that ollie up there to the planter, tries to get the 50-50 grind on it. Short on time.
Maybe one more trick. He really hurries up to that top corner.
Well, he's more comfortable on vert, so he's going to the big sections. Oh, has to bail on that one. Knows it's not going to be enough to overtake Benjamin, but man, look at that transfer.
Gets the Indy grab on there as well. A score of 89.5, not enough to take the park away from Benjamin Bodnar.
Wow, the crowd really packing in all the way around the venue to check out the action. And now we move to vert, and this is where Blake Ellis is much more comfortable, Bruce.
Yeah, the big guy with all the legs to take this whole vert ramp to task.
Gets that 50-50 across the coping.
Stalls it up there nicely. He's just got to put a good, clean run together at the moment. Look at that. Styling on the tail, on the coping. A little rock and roll there as well.
Looking to transition.
Nice transition to fakie into the big ramp.
With a big old Indy grab to it, and he's holding on to those grabs too, which definitely scores you some extra style points. And now carving his way, trying to transfer back. Another Indy on the front side and transfers back into the junior ramp. Blake Ellis definitely lighting it up on the vert.
Yeah, claiming it, and so he should. The boy is just mixing it up and doing all the tricky stuff out there right now.
Well, he's a little bit bigger. He's got a little bit more power. That definitely helps you out when you're skating vert. And like I said before, Blake Ellis, check out the replay right here. Manual dropping it back in. He's got more vert experience than anybody else here. Nobody could compete with him on vert, and that's going to be enough for Blake Ellis to lock up the championship. Some of our other skaters, Chaisik Wongsamart, Kobe Murphy, and from Indonesia, Noah Akbar Bosli, all putting together good efforts. And here's how it shook out in the park finals. It was all Benjamin Bodner with that huge, huge transfer. Blake Ellis takes the silver there. And then on vert, it's all Blake Ellis with a huge 89-point run. And when we look at the championship, you have a tie in the points, but we look at the score of 178.5 points will be enough to award Blake Ellis the overall championship. He gets the goods. I don't know, his nickname's Bacon and Eggs. I don't know if he likes them scrambled or sunny side up, but either way, he is on his way. He's got the gold. He's got the World Cup Skateboarding Award, and he is on his way to Disneyland.
The other athletes before me is better than last year. They learned heaps more tricks. I knew how to ride the ramps this time. I was pretty surprised that I won. I think I'll always remember calling my name out because I won the trip to America.
Man, what an unbelievable week this has been. I wish I could express to you just how much fun we've had here in Thailand. This place is just unreal. For Bruce Robson, I'm Keith Allen, just two lucky blokes that get to travel the world with their own DJ. Hey, we'll see you at the X.
And so with that, JX2 comes to a close.
We've definitely had a blast right here in Phuket, Thailand. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Yes. But I think the guys who had the most fun were the athletes themselves.
Well, that's true, because it's not every day you get to hang out with 130 kids who all share the same interest.
Some will go home with overall championship titles, some will leave with medals, but everyone will leave with great memories and newfound friendships.
Kind of like us, the Disney gang, because we got Arthur from Taiwan.
Hey!
We have Hanson from China.
Hey!
And I'm Dan signing off for Australia.
And I'm Jan from Asia. We'll leave you with some of the memories made right here on Junior X2, right here on the Disney Channel.
That was right.